Hey, it's Elizabeth. First off, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to meet and discuss the possible sale of your home. Now, before we get together, I just want to be really clear about something. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. And this is not going to be some big sales pitch. In fact, this consultation might be exactly the opposite of what you're expecting. And I'll explain exactly what I mean in just a moment. But first, I can probably guess what you're thinking. You're probably wondering, how long is this going to take? What are we going to cover? How am I going to be pressured to sign something at the end? Plus, you probably have a ton of questions about the actual process of selling your home, like how long will the sale take? What fees are involved? And what do I have to pay for or not pay for? What can I expect to net at the end of the deal? And what do I have to do to prepare my home for the market? And what am I, your realtor, going to do to market your home and get it in front of as many buyers as possible? How am I, your realtor, going to manage the sale? Those are all super important questions. But before I answer them, just let me share a little something with you. You see, oftentimes when realtors meet with a seller, they immediately go into full pitch mode. Here's what that sounds like. They might go into the seller's home and tell the seller all kinds of things that they think they want to hear, including a price that makes the seller excited that the market will never bear, frankly. I call this ear candy. They make the process sound easy, smooth, and problem-free, knowing full well that there will be difficulties and not sharing those with the seller. Then, after the realtor sugarcoats everything, they pressure you to sign a contract. Then, after that, things change. Calls aren't returned quickly, communication drops off, and you have no idea why your home is not selling. And they have no idea why your home isn't selling. They just can't give you a straight answer when they seemed incredibly optimistic at the beginning. Then, suddenly, out of the blue, you're being asked to lower the price, a price that they were so confident that it would sell for in the beginning. So here's the honest truth. I know I may not be the realtor for everyone. Some sellers have told me that I can be brutally honest, completely upfront about what it takes to actually get a home sold. So if you're looking for someone who's going to sugarcoat things, feed you ear candy, be happy-go-lucky about the market and just basically tell you everything you want to hear, then I might not be the realtor for you. Because while some agents just want to put their sign in the yard with their face on it, just so they can leverage your home to get more business, I only want to work together if this means actually getting your home sold and getting you to the place that you want to be. I'm not just trying to get a listing to add to my inventory, okay? I want to actually sell your home and get you out of it, get it out of my inventory as quickly as possible. So because of that, here's what you can expect from me. I will be 100% upfront about the reality of the market, the numbers, your competition, your potential buyers and their expectations, and what it will actually take. And at the end of our consultation, if we both feel comfortable and if everything makes complete sense, we will briefly discuss the next steps without pressure. Now, with all that being said, here's another thing I'd like to bring up. You probably noticed that there's two similar homes in the same area that can have completely different outcomes. One sells quickly with strong interest. Another one sits, reduces price over and over, and then sometimes just never sells. The difference is something that only a select few agents truly understand, and that is called market perception. Most homeowners aren't even aware of this concept, and most agents aren't even trained about it. So allow me to explain. It all comes down to approach. This is the old way of selling that 99% of the agents are still doing. List high, test the market, leave room to negotiate. Then wait for feedback, hope for offers, and when they don't get one, they reduce the price. And then reduce the price again. And essentially, they're chasing the market down, causing the perception of the home to become negative, and buyers are less willing to offer what the home is actually worth. So my approach is a little different. We start by analyzing active buyers, what they're looking for, what motivates them, and how they're making decisions right now. Then we perform a supply and demand audit, which includes what inventory currently exists, that's your competition, where the demand is the strongest, how we can position your home so it becomes the obvious choice. That's how we create strong demand, leading to better leverage for you. Now I'm going to talk a little about strategic planning. We also want to create urgency. We don't want to just throw your home on the market, hammer a sign in the yard and hope, cross our fingers. Your first 2 weeks are the prime time, and we want to be going max right away. We'll use systems such as clustered showing windows, bonus open houses, social media marketing strategies and technologies, mailers, emailing all agents in the area to get their eyes on your listing, which is designed to create urgency and competition so that you have the leverage, not the buyer. The other thing I want to talk about is pre-listing prep. Most buyers want as much information up front as possible about the homes they're interested in. My aim is to gather as much information as possible ahead of time so I become the expert on your home. Thus, my pre-listing prep is much more involved and extensive than most agents out here. I've learned that if we do most of the legwork, a lot of it anyways, before we even list, this will ensure a smoother sale process and less headaches to deal with during the escrow period, which is the time between the accepted offer and closing. So this essentially streamlines the process, eliminates buyers who aren't really serious, causes less disruption and chaos to you when it comes to showings and getting the home under contract and then passing those contingencies within the buy-sell. So I do things like a pre-listing inspection, making small repairs if needed. We'll talk about that. Cleaning, decluttering, staging, all that kind of stuff. I will work with you on gathering all the information and proper documentation that's required ahead of time. All these things we do before we go live so that your home not only shines as the obvious choice, but we can eliminate as many of the issues that cause the home to either come back on the market, the buyer to renegotiate those key points during inspection, appraisal, and title contingencies. Lastly, I'd like to talk about my no handcuff agreement. Most agents are going to pressure you to sign a 6-month to a year listing agreement, and we'll charge you all kinds of fees if you break the contract early. Okay, it's my belief that this strategy only serves the agent; it doesn't serve you, the seller. Thus, I prefer a much shorter listing agreement. This gives us the opportunity to re-strategize if we're having any issues in the first couple of months and avoid the possibility of becoming stale on the market for months to up to a year, and causing people to wonder what's wrong with this home, or for you to lose more money in the long run. So I also don't handcuff you to this agreement, okay? If you change course or you feel we're just not a good fit after some time of working together, we can terminate at any time, no questions asked. All of these things we will go into much greater detail together when we meet. So here's just a brief overview of what our meeting is going to look like. So when I arrive, you'll just walk me through the home. I'll take notes on the features, upgrades, and strengths of your home. Then we'll sit down probably at the kitchen table and just talk through the process and your goals. Then that can take anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes, just depending on your questions. So it's not a pitch, it's just, we're just gonna talk. My number one goal isn't to walk away with a signed listing agreement, but for you to walk away with much greater clarity about what it will actually take to get your home sold and what I'll do for you. Okay, so just a quick note about listing packet that I have had created for you. Inside you'll find comparable homes that we'll review, and then the active ones at our consultation. My pricing strategy, a little information about me, my team, my brokerage, my track record, and my background. A marketing plan which we'll customize to meet your needs and goals, a few past client testimonials, and then some information about my flexible performance-based listing agreement. Seller onboarding forms. So please review and check out those onboarding forms before we meet. And there's a QR code that you can scan. It will take you to the page so that you can just go ahead and answer all those things before we meet, so that we have complete clarity and a game plan. We can really formulate a game plan when we do meet. So I want to thank you again for the opportunity. This is not a responsibility that I take lightly. My goal is to provide as much value as I can during this consultation, so that you'll walk away feeling glad that we actually met, and hopefully have a lot of your questions answered. So again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and meet with me and discuss the possible sale of your home. See you soon.
She's honest and she's smart and she gets things done on time. She answers her phone, she's straight up with people. She cares, that's the biggest thing. She sold everything I put in front of her as quick as anybody I've ever dealt with. And she's helped me buy a lot of stuff. And the same thing, just fair, upright, upfront, and on time. And in the real estate game, a lot of people understand that it's a put your sign up kind of a world, but it isn't. It's a show up world, and she's the best. I highly recommend.